always elevated India's global image in space research. As a person from farmland to judiciary, it is an admiring event for me to associate with the space scientist in this auditorium. Let me at the outset convey my wholehearted appreciation for the scientific and technological strides taken by this Space Center over the years. I also pay my humble pranams to the sacred memory of the late Dr. Vikram Sarabhai, who showed that India could lead by exploiting the most modern technology under the late Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, former president, who inspired millions through his vision and simple living. Today, as we begin the celebration of the World Space Week on the theme Space Unites the World, we are aware of India's strength as the second largest reservoir of scientific and technical manpower and the sixth in the race for space. This has instilled a great level of trust and confidence in the minds of our people about India's scientific capabilities. India's achievements have also encouraged more youngsters to opt for space-related studies. Therefore, I am certain that the joint celebration by Vikram Sarabhai Space Center, Liquid Propulsion Systems Center, and ISRO Inertial Systems Unit will educate our students and the people on how space research benefits their daily lives. There was a time when scientific research remained distanced from the lives of ordinary common people. It was space research which took the lead in reaching out to our society by using inventions and findings for improving the living conditions of ordinary people. 50 years ago, who would have thought that satellites could spot fishing zones and enlighten us on a basis rich in various resources? But now such things are not wonders, but simple services that we take for granted. Considering India's leadership in satellite remote sensing of Earth and its applications for cyclone monitoring, disaster management, monitoring of rescue operations, national security, etc., the people's expectation from such facilities also rising now day by day. When disaster affected areas get disconnected from the rest of the world, satellite images is the only way to identify the gravity of disaster. Thus, satellite-based remote sensing and communication systems are becoming a critical requirement for disaster management across the world. But ensuring such data during night has been a problem, I am happy that satellite-based microwave remote sensing is now being put into service in India to get such images and data during nights and even during bad weather. I am certain that all people in Kerala would recall with utmost gratitude the services and support ISRO had extended through its space-based and ground-based sensors, the C-band polarimetric Doppler weather radar DWR at Tumba and S-band radar at Kochi were continuously monitoring the weather up to 500 kilometer radius. During the Oki cyclone, also we had seen how ISRO came to the rescue by supplying vital data for interpretation by the Indian Meteorological Department. Yet it is surprising why different agencies engage in blame game about the timely availability of information during natural disasters. Personally, I have felt a need for better clarity and simplicity in the communications that reach the people. The clarity is important because normally in the lighter when people say it is like a weather report, because they use the word covering all, small or big or very big likewise. That's why they say like weather report, it may come or rain may come or may not. Ultimately, the manner in which we communicate matters to society decides how people understand important warnings about weather and, more importantly, climatic change. I would suggest that ISRO could take an initiative in coordinating the flow of such vital information. Programs for updating the media through training modules can also be considered so that they could convey scientific information with better clarity. With the National Information System for Climate and Environment Studies in place, the expansion of such information sharing would not be a problem at all. As a chancellor of the universities in this state, I too share the anxiety that Dr. K. Kasturi Rangan, former chairman of Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, expressed 3 years ago. He was worried about space science not spreading into the university research system. His worry was that even after Chandrayaan and the announcement of Mangalayan, very few research papers on these projects had come from our universities. But I do not believe that the fault is with universities alone. We need more flexible and encouraging policy to involve our universities also in space research. With ISRO supporting universities willing to launch their own satellites, I hope there would be positive changes. I sincerely hope that the extension activities planned as part of Bold Space Week would reach the maximum number of people, especially our students. Let our students learn the effectiveness of teamwork by understanding how Vikram Sarabhai Space Center develops a satellite launch vehicles, how Liquid Propulsion System Center designs and develops propulsion stages for the launch vehicles, and how the inertial systems unit designs and develops inertial systems for these launch vehicles. In short, the World Space Week should become an opportunity to convey to our society the real worth of national assets like ISRO, VSSC, LPSC, IISU, etc.